the mouth is opened, or is in its functional opening, then imagine that the mandible is now depressed, so mouth opening. So, I will hold on, pag ganun, sa mandible. So, nakaharap ako sa patient ko, nakaganyan ako. So, let's say, ito yung mandible niya, nakahawak na ako doon. Then, ito naman, nakahawak ako sa mental part of the mandible. So, here's the mental part of the mandible, attachment of the mentalis muscle. So, hawak ako dito, and nakaganon. So, nakahawak na ako pa ganyan. Then, I can check yung joint. Kung okay lang ba siya pag ginagalaw ko. Pwedeng unilateral, isang side muna. Yan dito. Then, bilateral. Just to evaluate the joint integrity. So, kaya sinasabi ko somewhat related to treatment, kasi joint mobilization, ganun din naman yung technique natin. So, for joint mobilization, same position naman ng kamay, hawak din tayong ganun, then we tend to distract it so that we can mobilize the area. So, yun po yung mga meron tayo. Okay, so far may question po ba tayo doon?
So, mahirap din ba kung gumalaw din with it?
Gumagalaw with us yung patient. Usually in sitting position, ito kasi mag-extend itong kamay na to hanggang sa area na to. So, if you're mobilizing, ito, hawak ko na yung mandible, hawak ko na to, then ini-extend ko to dito. Then, kapag ginagalaw ko na to, medyo pinang-restrict ko to, para hindi talaga sumunod. So, okay na. Pang-restrict ko to, para hindi siya sumusunod. Okay, so next. So, going back to this skull. Okay, next naman po yung nasal bone natin. So, the nasal bone is connected to the frontal bone. It is also connected to the maxillary bone. So, yung nasal bone. So, meron po tayong natawag na nasomaxillary suture. So, nasomaxillary suture. So, ang nasal bone, di ba, we have the cartilage of the nose, yung medyo malambot pa. Pero itong matigas na part, yun na po yung nasal bone natin. Then, maxillary bone, di ba, orbital part. We have here the maxillary bone. And on this area, we can palpate for the nasomaxillary suture. So, very prominent din actually yung suture na yan. Palpable din yung suture na yan. Ano naman yung importance nito? So, sa nasomaxillary suture, very important siya sa mga patient na mayroong mga sinusitis or yung mga medyo hirap huminga dahil sa baradong ilong. So, in those instances, it aids with comfortable breathing of the patients. So, during the technique, papakita na lang natin kung paano po natin i-release yun. So, yung area na yun. So, alam naman po natin yung sphenoid, di ba? On this area. So far, we're done with the head and TMJ. So, yun po. Yun yung para sa TMJ and head natin.
Ano po dito yung direction sa
Okay, sphenomaxillary. Kasi pag ganito yung direction ng suture, so pag ganun. So, when you palpate, dapat pag ganun. So, siguro that's what we can do now, since medyo may time pa naman yata tayo. Palpate for the sutures na kanina in-identify natin. So, from here to here, hanggang sa parieto-temporal, then zygomatico-maxillary, then nasomaxillary, then we can palpate for the sphenoid, sphenotemporal, if we can palpate for that, So, sphenotemporal, sphenoid bone, temporal bone. So, di ba yun yung medyo deep na suture on this area. Then, ano pa ba? Nakalimutan ba tayo? So far, yun naman po yung mga palpable areas natin for the head and neck. So, we chose those structures because they have significance later on the manual therapy techniques we'll be teaching. So, given those structures, very important for us to palpate them first well so that we can employ properly the techniques. Because if you find it very difficult or hard to really palpate for them, then it's hard to employ the technique on our patients. So, baka mamaya, kung ano na lang na hawakan natin. So, that's the importance of the assessment part. So, for the assessment part, we have to properly palpate for those structures. So, not only the bone, so even for the muscles, di ba po yung masseter kanina. So, madali naman siguro i-palpate yung mga orbicularis muscles natin eh. Oris, oculi, frontalis, occipitalis. So, even these muscles can be palpated. Why? Because they might present also with pain or with tender points. Kaya okay lang din na i-palpate lang din natin yung mga yun. So even yung mga risorius natin, we can also palpate for them. Nasalis muscle, zygomatic muscle, so extending here. Zygomatic muscles, so nandito sila, zygomatic minor and major. We have the depressor anguli on this area. However, very hard to isolate it kasi nandito yung masseter. And we have the mentalis muscle on this area. Aside from that, pwede din natin mapalpate yung skin over these structures. Baka mamaya yung fascia niya, nagta-tighten up na rin on these areas. I've had one patient with TMJ problem. She presents with acute presentations. So it's very hard to really move the jaw. It's hard to palpate for the muscle because it's very painful. It's very tender during that time. So initially what we did was, we indirectly addressed the muscle through the fascia. So fascia muna yung tinarget namin on this area. So just through the skin, superficial fascia muna tinatarget namin nun. Then after mobilizing the fascia, we tried to access now the muscles, and the effect was less pain, less tender. So na-access na namin yung muscle. Then after that, medyo na-open na namin yung jaw niya. Kasi ang opening ng jaw niya talagang limited, hanggang dun lang. So hindi nga daw siya makain, puro straw. Doon na lang siya. Yun na lang yung way of niya, yung for feeding niya. Puro naka-straw. But after that time, medyo na-increase namin ng ganito, yung jaw niya. So at least, medyo may makakasya ng foods that the patient can eat. So, what I'm trying to point out here is, it's not always on the joint. So the problem is not always on the joint. Maybe we have to evaluate also other structures surrounding the joint. So this employs now the comprehensive evaluation that we should do, that we should perform for our patients. So even though if they complain of any pain during mouth opening, or mouth closing, or mouth deviation, so it's not always about the joint. But most common is joint problem. That is the most common thing. So yun lang. Na-mention naman po natin kanina, di ba, during the mouth opening, active, we need to check if the mouth is really opening in one direction or if it is wobbly in nature. So that is one importance of evaluating it. So hindi natin titingnan kung full range ba yung nakuha niya. Check din natin kung okay ba yung opening niya. Even with closing, pwede din magkaroon siya ng wobbly. May iba, ang compensatory strategy nila is, during closing, mag-wobble bago magko-close. So, yun yung ibang tendency. So, common explanation for those, discal problem. So, pwede kasing deranged yung disc nila, or pwedeng displaced yung disc nila. That's why they try to compensate so that it will result to less pain, so that they won't experience any pain. So, yun po yung nagiging effect dun sa TMJ. Okay, so far, any questions po? So, bali yung naging focus pa natin ngayon is the head and the TMJ. Then, next week, treatment. So, siguro medyo ganito din, medyo kabilis yun. Then, after that, we will proceed to the cervical. So, upper cervical, we have the upper cervical and we have the lower cervical area. And, evaluation, parehas lang naman siya. But for treatment, may iba't ibang approach tayo. So, for treatment. So, cervical. Then, after the cervical and the TMJ, since they are also related, pagdating natin cervical, we will try to relate TMJ. So, pag nasa cervical na po tayo. After the cervical, since it is related to TMJ, pagsasamahin na lang po natin sila for the first evaluation exam. So, yun po. So far, any questions? I'm sorry, hindi ko siya masyadong na-visualize kasi I'm supposed to have a PowerPoint. Pero talagang hindi nakikisama.
Sir, yung mga kunyari, patients with who complain of yung mga nagpa-pop yung ears nila or parang
Okay.
barado din ang tenga nila.
Okay, barado.
Posible din, bukod sa marumi tenga nila, posible din bang affected yung TMJ nila?
Yes, most likely TMJ din yung affectation. Pero magkaiba yung barado sa nagpa-pop. For barado, totally nawala yung disc on the area. Yun yung common reason kung ba't siya nagbabara talaga. So, nawala na yung disc on the area kaya hindi niya na fully hindi siya makapag-initiate or maka-close. Kasi parang it provides parang maging suave yung pag-close. Kailangan na dun yung disc. So, pag wala siya, hindi magiging maayos yung closing or hindi siya magka-close. Kaya totally wala siya. Pero kapag pop, nandun pa rin yung disc pero naiipit siya. Or bigla siyang namumove, natutulak. So, yun naman po yung nagkakos ng pop on the area ng TMJ. So, either way, most likely, it points out to TMJ problem. So, kapag clicking, yan ay naririnig natin sa patient natin, TMJ na, yun ay unang pumapasok sa isip ko nun. Basta clicking problem on this. Sabi niya, parang may nag-click, parang may nagpa-pop. So, unang pumapasok na isip ko nun is TMJ na talaga. But I'm still evaluating the muscles. Why? If you have a TMJ problem, muscles are guarding. And, sabi natin, di ba, pag prolonged period of time, it guards, it tends to accumulate yung mga lactic acid and other wastes. Then, nagpo-produce na siya ng mga bands, nodules. Kaya, sumasakit siya. So, consideration din natin sila even with TMJ problem. The problem is on the joint, but maybe we need also to mobilize the muscle so that we mobilize the bands, the nodules. Kaya, gagawa pa rin natin yung technique natin. So, later on, yung tinatawag natin ischemic compression. Pwede natin gamitin yung sa medial lateral pterygoid. So, may ischemic compression tayo. Even on the masseter, we can apply the ischemic compression. Then, we can do joint mobilization techniques. So, yun naman yung mga common talaga for the TMJ. We have different glides for the TMJ, the anterior caudal glide, posterior glide, depending on the problem of the patient. So, at least this is just a brief overview of what will happen next week. So, yun. May mga glides tayong gagawin sa TMJ. But aside from that, sabi natin, may mga problems in migraine, may mga problems din tayo sa ganun, di ba? So, may mga techniques din tayo na parietal lift, may mga techniques din tayo na para sinusitis, yung zygomatic release. May mga techniques din tayo for pain, headache, so yung mga ear pull techniques. So, yun po yung mga may encounter natin next week. So, yun. So far, may question po ba tayo? Question po. About anything, about head, about TMJ. Interesting lang makita ng patient na kapag nag-open ng mouth, gumaganon. Hindi siya exaggerated, hindi niya intentional na ginagawa yun. Kasi talagang in-instruct ko lang siya, just open your mouth. Gumaganon talaga siya.
Pero paano siya
Just to open the
magsalita?
mouth. Dito siya magsalita.